Get ready for some wow on the Signature Mike Show.
I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow.
Thank you for joining us today. There is a really fabulous event that's getting ready to be here in Augusta. That is an annual event that I love to go to, and I cannot wait to share it with you today. I have two fabulous ladies with us to tell us all about it. We have Brittany Dixon and Lori McCray. They are the co-chairs of Perfectly Aged. Thank you for being here.
You're so
Thank you.
welcome.
Yes, Lori, I've known you for a long time, so it's great to have you on the set with me today and to tell everybody about this event that is so much fun. Yes, how long have you been with Historic Augusta? Have you been associated with them?
I've been a trustee for about 3 years, and I'm the secretary of the board now, but I have been affiliated with this event for probably 15 years.
Wow. And why this event? What do you like about it?
Because it started as an antique show, and that's kind of where my heart is other than interior design, and that's what got me involved, but I've really enjoyed the entire organization and the people that I've known because of it.
Yes, we've had Eric Montgomery, the executive director, on the show, and he had so much great information and told us why Historic Augusta is so important.
He's the best.
Yes, and you mentioned your love of antiques, so you want to stay tuned because our middle segment today, we're going to talk about incorporating antiques into your design. Lori is also an interior designer and a most amazing interior designer, if I must say. So, Brittany, how long have you been associated with the Historic Augusta?
2020. I
Okay.
moved back to Augusta in 2020, and my sister, she invited me to this event, and it is my favorite event in Augusta.
It really
So
is.
when they asked me to be on the committee, it was a yes.
Awesome. Where did you move to?
I'm originally from Augusta, but I lived in Colorado for about 6 years.
Okay.
And then it was time to buy a house, so we came back.
I love it. I love it. Well, being a chair or co-chair is no small task. I mean, there is a lot of ins and outs and things that you have to do. Tell us about some of the planning and organization that you have to do.
Well, we have committee meetings, and I'll let Brittany jump in when she wants to, but we have committee meetings starting generally somewhere between January and February just to start building up the ideas and to come up with what the theme is going to be. We do have, it's a masquerade ball, but we have a great theme this year, and it is based on Princess Augusta, which is who Augusta was named after. And she's actually going to appear in person.
Oh my goodness. Let's show people the front of the invitation, and then it's really fabulous, but when you open it up, I want to show you on camera the inside. And this is Princess Augusta, I guess?
Yes.
You know, look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Look at her. Just gorgeous. I got the invitation in the mail last week, and it's just, I mean, that alone is an experience to open that invitation up and to see all of this. It's just really fabulous. I never knew about Princess Augusta.
I know it's been interesting because we had to do a certain amount of digging into her history, but she's never been to Augusta until this event. She's coming specifically for this event.
Well, thank goodness for her. I love it. Let's show a couple of pictures of the room. This fundraiser is September 18th from 6 to 9. It's Historic Augusta's largest fundraiser of the year, and it's at the St. Paul's River Room, which you see there. That's before, I think, or maybe I see some auction items in there because there's a lot of auctions. And then the next picture will show us, look at all of the fancy people having fun, and they're whining and dining, and they're bidding on, it's a silent auction, they're bidding on some things there. I've been several years, and there's a picture of me with some fabulous friends. You know all of those people.
I do.
Yes, I have Tracy and Tina and Andrea. That was, I forgot, that was boho theme maybe that year. There was some theme going on. You'll see we kind of, we're a little costumey there, but such a really great event. Tell everybody what they can expect when they go to this event.
Brittany, you want to go with that?
Yeah, we have curated some really exciting things this year. We have a beautiful mahjong set, we have original paintings, we have experiences to Tuscany, Costa Rica, Hilton Head. I mean, we're really excited about
Nice.
this year.
Sometimes there's wine. Is there wine this year?
Is there wine this
We're
year?
not auctioning wine, but we're serving wine.
Yeah, we'll have
well,
wine.
that's
Wine
just
will
as
be there.
good. That's great. That's great. Maybe some antiques. Are there any antiques still?
There's some
Yes.
antiques that
Okay.
have been involved, and artwork, and the experiences. We went heavy on the experiences because that seemed to be, Brittany did a deep dive into seeing what people spent the most money on, what they bid on, because the purpose is to raise money for Historic Augusta. And we've just got a great, across-the-board, interesting all kind of prices and all kind of experiences.
That's awesome. Yes. So the guests will enjoy an enchanted evening. I like the words enchanted. And then Princess Augusta. I mean, it sounds so regal and so fun. It's an enchanted evening filled with fine dining, signature cocktails, and a curated silent auction. And it's all in support of preserving Augusta's historic treasures.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes. So it's black tie optional.
Yes.
I know some people, I like to dress up sometimes. But masks and tiaras are encouraged.
Exactly.
I
And we found
like
last
it.
year when we first did the masquerade ball that people really enjoyed that aspect of it.
Yeah, absolutely. A little something. Well, it's kind of suggested. You don't have to go in a full costume, but you can wear a little something. Guys never wore tiaras. They wore crowns.
Right.
I guess. Can I wear a crown if I come?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, because you know I'm a little extra. I got to bring that wow. Where can people purchase tickets?
Well, you can go to Historic Augusta's website and purchase them there.
Okay, awesome. So we can do that. Regarding Historic Augusta, people, and we talked with Eric about this, people can donate money.
Yes.
They can become a member of Historic Augusta, and they can also volunteer.
Yes.
I mean, that's an easy way to kind of get in there and be involved.
It
You know,
is,
if
and
they
we
don't have the
always-
means to give money.
Right. We have, 4 or 5 different events during the year, and so there's always something for somebody to do.
Fantastic. Yes. Awesome.
And we will have tickets at the door also.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. So they can get tickets at the door. Tell people, Lori, why is it important for people to support Historic Augusta?
Well, you can't make a building or have a property like these old, beautiful buildings, and Augusta has this fabulous heritage.
Yes.
And it's very important to keep that going. And you think about what was done with Sacred Heart, and it was going to be torn down.
Yes.
So, it's always important to preserve that because it's something that you can't get back once it's gone.
Yes, it just kills me to see that wrecking ball sometime and see what they're getting rid of. So it's nice to preserve
It is.
our history and what we have here in Augusta.
It's important.
Yes. Well, I can't thank you both for being here. Do you have your outfits planned? And how far in advance do you plan your outfit? I call them costumes, but
I don't have mine yet. I've been working with Princess Augusta's outfit, making sure that she looks fabulous.
I love it.
so
I need to be there. I want to meet this
it's-
lady.
She's amazing.
I love it.
She is, and I'm working on mine.
Okay.
Mine's
Awesome.
mostly about the shoes.
Well, of course, Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, all about the shoes.
Exactly.
Thank you both for being here. Stay tuned. Lori is going to give some great ideas and some wisdom about decorating with antiques. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Dink Pickleball on Fierce Ferry Road. Stop by our pro shop for exclusive paddles, gear, and apparel that keeps you looking sharp. With 9 state-of-the-art courts, there's always room for your next rally. Our private event space makes every celebration unforgettable. Refuel with chef-curated food, cool off with ice-cold drinks, and catch the action from our loft's perfect view. New to pickleball? Learn from the best with classes taught by our pickleball pros. No membership required.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors & More. My husband Greg and I continue to hear about concerns about price increases, but we want to let you know we have always been focused on American-made products. We have the largest selection of flooring and lighting, and our commitment to you is to provide you with the best pricing, products, and workmanship. So come see where our company is the company that friends recommend. Hardwood Floors & More, so much more in store for you.
Imagine a life filled with energy, adventure, and clarity, where each day is a new opportunity. At Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, we're here to turn that vision into reality. With over 15 years of experience in the Augusta area, our specialists are dedicated to guiding your health journey. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100, trust our experts to get you to your goals confidently and safely. Buzz on over to 4150 Washington Road so you can thrive at the Hive.
Design Dilemma brought to you by my friends from DNS Painting that I work with quite a bit on the show. You just saw the commercial for Be Healthy, and I'm now down 13 pounds. I love sharing that with everybody. I'm totally transparent on all of it. The plan's working for me. If you want to lose, again, like they said, 10 pounds or 100, buzz on over to the Hive and check out Be Healthy. Really, really great. But now I've got a great design dilemma, and I have my friend Lori McRae from Lori McRae Interiors. Thanks again for being here and spreading your wings on the show.
Thank you.
I love it. We'll just do the whole show together. I love it. Lori is an amazing designer. You are certified with all of, when I lived in D.C., I was part of American Society of Interior Designers,
Yes.
ASID. I kind of dropped that when I was here because I didn't have time to get my credits and all of that. But you are certified in so many things, design, kitchen design,
Yes.
all of this. So you're really serious and you're so talented.
Well,
so
I just always liked to go to school, so it was just an excuse to keep studying.
And I didn't. I didn't like school at all. I'm shocked. Math was never my forte, but we use it every day.
We
And
do.
and now because I have a visual with math, it's much easier.
Right.
I wish I
When
had
you can
that.
apply it, it makes sense.
Yes, it actually does make sense. But yeah, I don't want to go back to school, and I don't want to go to class. I'm that terrible person. We're going to talk about incorporating antiques into design. You have a strong association with antiques, and you love antiques. I know you do estate sales with some of your clients. Sometimes you have really great antiques. People ask me sometimes, they're like, hey, I have an antique piece. I'm like, call Lori McRae. You know all.
Well, I don't know all. That's the great thing, is there's always something to learn.
Well, absolutely. I do join that philosophy, so I'll give it that. So incorporating antiques, there's sustainability and recycling involved.
I think that's the way that we help the younger generation, who tends to want everything that's contemporary right now, and I love contemporary design. But I think that's the way that we appeal to them, because they were brought up with sustainability and they were brought up believing in recycling, and so that's essentially what we're doing.
Absolutely, that's true. It adds warmth, character, depth, and a sense of history.
It does.
I love when a younger person comes and they do embrace, some china that the grandparents had, or a chair,
Yes.
or a rocking chair. I don't know why rocking chairs come up a lot with my clients. Oh, this rocking chair she rocked my mom when she was a baby in the chair. Stuff like that. So
Right.
history within a family can be important as well. I like to incorporate antiques, and not that it's scientific for me, but sometimes I like to add at least about 20% of something old.
Right.
What's that thing with weddings? Something old, something borrowed, something blue. But
Right.
so I like to add something old into a plan, about 20% sprinkled around in there.
Right.
A little bit.
And sometimes the people own the things, and you can bring in something that was important to them, and if they don't, they can write their own history.
Yes, yeah. So let's give people some tools of the trade. What I like to do sometimes, if I go into someone's house, let's say, hey, they say, I want to redo my living room. I want to walk through the entire house. And they're like, no, I just want the living room. I'm like, I get it. But we might be able to reuse something from this room over here. You don't need all new all of the time. Maybe there is an important piece.
Right, and you can also get a feel for what they like and what they gravitate to by doing that.
Absolutely. If I'm working on a bookshelf with someone, we take everything off. I don't know if that's how you start. I like to take everything off, and I tell my client, hey, what's important? What tells your story? What do you want to showcase? And a lot of times there are tchotchkes that belong to the mother or the grandmother or something, maybe a little porcelain, maybe pictures. But I like to tell stories with that as well, so we can group those things
Absolutely.
together.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so that's great. In using antiques, you want to create contrast, not clutter. You mentioned the young people tend to like more modern design. So we can have some of that, and then we can sprinkle around some of the antiques, and we're not cluttering it all up.
Right.
With that. Like, say, a rustic coffee table in front of a sleek sofa.
Yeah.
Or maybe an abstract painting over an old desk or chest or something that has a story, a family story.
Right.
Tell some people what some items could be in antiques, what you like to reuse.
Well, I think about, I'm always interested in something that somebody's family had given them. And I did a kitchen one time. I was doing a kitchen design for someone, and they had a very, very primitive walnut corner cupboard. And he loved it, and she could have cared less about it, but she said, you know, where should I put it in the house? And we built it into the kitchen.
That's amazing.
And we repeated, I found some, I actually had some because I picked these up. We had some upper cabinets that were antique bookcases, and then we just built those into the kitchen and then repeated that stain in one area and then painted the rest of the kitchen. And it just, it was amazing.
That's nice. That's really nice. So, you know, a lot of kitchens are similar to what we're in here today, and so it's very modern and clean. So it's nice sometimes you can add a chest or something on top of a cabinet, or you know, to change that up. We have a few pictures, and I pulled off of your website. I want to show some people how you've incorporated some antiques. What are we looking at here, Lori?
What we're looking at here is a wine room, and it was done with old brick that had come off of the property, and they just built it in. And just to kind of play up that theme, we did the Venetian mirror at the end on top
That's
of the
fantastic. So sometimes an antique could be the structure itself. It could be the brick.
Exactly, and those chairs.
Yeah, the next picture we have.
Yeah, this was a house in Westlake, and this was a painting that she loved because it was old and it reminded her of something. It was not an ancestor, but like I say, you write your own history.
Yes, I love it. You are very well published, your work, and I pulled some of these out of magazines and articles you've been focused in. The next picture, look at that lamp. That is the most amazing antique lamp.
Incredible. Yes,
Yeah.
and that was an antique one. And this was some antique silver that she just loved collecting silver.
Fantastic. And our last picture we have, look at that chair. Just
that
beautiful,
fabulous?
the detail on this.
Yeah, isn't that fabulous?
So yeah, it just has great detail, and you could use this in a modern setting.
You could.
You know, absolutely.
You could do a glass table and then put those antique chairs around it.
Yes. So your statement pieces could be like an armoire. It could be lighting. It could be textiles, fabrics, rugs. We're using a lot of antique
Right.
or Asian rugs. Antique mirrors. You know, I love antique mirrors. Art and architectural details like the brick.
Yes. It can
Yes.
be anything that you enjoy. And if you don't trust your own taste, just get a designer that you trust to
Yes.
help interpret what's important to you and let them make suggestions.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here with
You're
your
welcome.
words of wisdom. I
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it. Always great to see you. Stay tuned. I have a craft segment coming up next that you don't want to miss.
Ever wonder what truly makes a house a home? It's all the thoughtful touches, all the little details that bring personality and character to any space. At Signature Interiors and Gifts, we believe that your home should be as unique as you are. Our collection is a treasure trove of inspiration, just waiting for you to explore. Our team would be honored to help you create a home that's not just lived in, but truly loved. Signature Interiors and Gifts, where every corner of your home tells your story.
Come on, let's make this moon shine all day. Let's make this world with everything you say. It's so easy and so wonderful to feel this way. To feel this way.
The ultimate driving machine for everyone at Taylor BMW.
Remember when a handshake meant something? At F&M Bank, it still does. Here, you're greeted with a smile, called by name, and treated like family. We believe in people over profits, and we're proud to grow with Washington and Augusta, Georgia, and all the communities we call home. F&M Bank, hometown banking, timeless service.
It's hard to know where to start when shopping for home or kitchen appliances, but you can count on Kelly Appliance for exceptional value and dedicated customer service. Family owned and operated since 1962, their friendly and knowledgeable staff will see you through the entire process, from selecting the right product to experienced delivery and installation. It's no wonder that Kelly Appliance is consistently awarded for their service and expertise. Visit Kelly Appliance at one of their 2 convenient locations in Martinez and Aiken.
Crafting Corner brought to you today by Nailed It DIY and Evans. Christina Perkopile's on the show quite a bit and sharing everything she does there. You need to check it out. It's great. I have a fun craft segment today. It is called Reverse Glass Painting. Now, I'm not the best artist in the world, but I hope this might inspire you to have some fun, maybe with the kids, but you can do this on a variety of sizes of glass. I found these $1.25 8x10 picture frames, and you want to take it apart. You want to undo the back here, and you want to take the glass out. I am going to do a little forest scene. Let's see. I don't know if you can see this on the camera, this piece of glass. But anyhow, this paint you can get for 99 cents at the craft store. And I have this dark green paint that I'm going to begin with. One thing I learned about doing this was different type of brushes. So I'm going to take this very fine brush and I'm going to create some trunks of trees. And I'm just going to come up, and I want these at different angles, different levels here. Maybe not different angles. Let's see. I've had to paint a couple of these ahead of time because I needed some of this to dry. Let's do a couple of small ones here. So you kind of want to get this into place. I'm at the end of my glass here, so we're there. This next brush, it's like a fan brush. I don't know if you can see it very well there, but see how it's fanned out. I'm going to get that into my paint, and I am going to make some trees. So we're just coming down, and you know, you just kind of play around with it a little bit. But look at what I'm creating here. A little tree, well, a tall tree actually. We're building trees, and you can't go wrong with this. But look, there's one tree already. We can do a little smaller tree. This little fan brush was so fun to play around with. I've never used different brushes before. Might want to go a little taller with this tree. And another tall tree. This is a dark, dark green paint. You could use black if you want light, because I do have a moon setting I'm going to be adding, so it could be nighttime. These trees could be a little darker if you wanted, but I like the color of the green. I want to make sure you don't see that line going up the tree, that trunk, so you want to be careful and make sure your paint is wet and kind of smush that out a little bit. I'm making up my own words, kind of like the broom lady. We tend to do that, I guess. Artists do that when they're painting. There's all these words that you make up. So as you see here, I've got all of my trees. And some can be a little more sparse than others. You know, trees are imperfect. They're natural. So that's what we have there. Then I want to come in, I want a crescent moon. So I have some white paint. And again, these little paints are $1 at the craft store. I have very little invested in this. So you know what, if you mess up, I bought a few frames. So if I messed up, I could do it again. Let's see, I don't have another brush, so I need this one to be cleaned a little bit. Got the paint off of there. And so now I'm going to add the crescent moon. And this may not make any sense to you at the moment, but you'll see in a minute. So we've got our little crescent moon. So we have that in there. So when that dries, and I have one I made last night that's dried. So we have this here. Now what you want to do, and I don't want to get paint all over the place, and I didn't lay paper out. You want to maybe do that. Let me do this. What we want to do now is create sky. So I'm going to do a variety of colors. Let's see what I've got here. And I'm going to use a little wider brush. I'm going to use a variety of colors because I want the skyscape to have a little dimension to it and a little contrast of color. The sun's going to be going down because the moon's up. So we're going to add a little color there. I'm going to use a wider brush here, and I'm going to go with this color here at the top, and we're going to go across like this. I'm going to come in with the next color. I might dab off that a little bit. We're going to come in with this royal blue, and we're going to come in like this. And we want to kind of move them together, those two colors. And then the next color is this lighter blue. We're going to come through like this. And then I want that red color that's so pretty. Gets kind of pink here, coming in here. So now I've painted everything, and when that dries and you put it back in the frame, look at what you have. How about that? Do you see how lovely that is? You could hang that on the wall, you could put that on your bookcase, but there you have it. That's called reverse glass painting. And again, you could do that with the 5x7 or a 4x6. This is an 8x10. I thought go big or go home. But anyway, I hope that inspires you to go pick up some paint and some paintbrushes and just have a little fun. We'll be right back with my guest for the day.
Welcome to Dink Pickleball on Fears Ferry Road. Stop by our pro shop for exclusive paddles, gear, and apparel that keeps you looking sharp. With 9 state-of-the-art courts, there's always room for your next rally. Our private event space makes every celebration unforgettable. Refuel with chef-curated food, cool off with ice-cold drinks, and catch the action from our loft's perfect view. New to pickleball? Learn from the best with classes taught by our pickleball pros. No membership required.
Discover the Bordeaux Event Center, where elegance meets charm and forever memories are made. Whether you're saying I do, hosting a banquet, or celebrating life's big moments, the Bordeaux Event Center is more than a venue. It's an experience. Nestled in the picturesque woods of Thompson, Georgia, the Bordeaux Event Center features bridal and groom suites, a caterer's kitchen, and a state-of-the-art audiovisual system. Schedule your tour today at the Bordeaux Event Center, where moments become memories.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors and More. We truly appreciate the opportunities we've had to work in so many homes over the years. And now we want to invite you to our showroom to discover why we are the company that friends recommend. Our quality products, knowledgeable staff, and the tremendous skill set of our technicians is what has made Hardwood Floors and More the most trusted locally owned business for over 30 years. Hardwood Floors and More, so much more in store for you.
What if the perfect pair of shoes could transform more than just your outfit? At Signature Soles and Apparel, it's not just about fashion. It's about finding the pieces that make you feel confident, unique, and ready to take on the world. From stunning shoes to statement outfits and accessories, every item is carefully chosen to help you express your personality. Let our friendly team help you discover your next favorite look. Signature Soles and Apparel, where every step you take feels beautifully you.
Thanks for watching the show today. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you at Perfectly Aged. You do not have to be a member, you were telling me.
Yeah, you don't have to be a member to come to this event. So if this is the first time you've heard of Historic Augusta, you want to come meet us, you want to come see what it's all about, you can definitely purchase a ticket.
Yes, because some of your events you have to be a member.
Yes,
you know, and
the Cotton Ball you have to be a member, but not this one.
Yes, those are kind of member-related things that you do, events. So this is something that anybody can go to, and you can buy your tickets online, or again, you can buy them at the door.
Yes.
Yes, fantastic. So I hope to see you there with your tiaras and your crowns and your bow ties. You know, isn't it fun to get dressed up once in a while
It is,
and go
yes.
to an event with other people? You don't have to be fancy. You can just have some fun. I have an event coming up the end of October, and you don't have to be fancy for that either. It's the Signature Mike Live at the Miller Show. I'm going to be singing the story of my life. I have some interesting stories of some amazing things that happened to this little boy from Kentucky who moved to Washington, D.C. and has been in Augusta, Georgia now for 20 years. I'm going to sing some songs, and then after intermission, we are going to film one of my TV shows live on stage. So I hope to see you there. We have ticket prices for every range. There is a VIP after party if you'd like to come and hang out. That's awfully fun. So I don't know. That's it in a nutshell. Thank you both for being here. Historic Augusta is so important to our community.
It is. Thank you for giving us some support.
Absolutely.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Yeah, I'm watching The Gilded Age on TV, and it's just nice to see what the country used to look like. But thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time on the Signature Mike Show. Catch us out on YouTube on the Signature Mike channel. See you next time.